Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. As usual, we will pull a rune and then a tarot card and then another rune for each position of your reading. At the end, stay tuned because we'll get a oracle card from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck here at the very end. So stay tuned for that, and let's get your rune for the energetic pass here. It is in Manas, looking for maybe that place in the world where you stand. Is it grounded? Have you been grounded with that stability, with attachment to ideas, labels? Are labels necessary? Attachment to outcomes, circumstances, ideals, even paradigms. So going within for that clarity is a part of this, where Manas is maybe thinking, you know, what goes around comes around, the rune of mankind here. This is more calling into focus your place in the world, where you stand, where on certain issues, aspects, ideas, attachments, things like that. This could be blessings or challenges here with this in your energetic pass. Let's get a card here. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so I see a lot of ego energy here. With, or maybe this is very righteous in all holistic ways, but the Seven of Wands with this is like you very, very stern and firm and grounded and rooted, and very clear about what you're directing as far as your ideas, your attachments to things, and being very adamant about it. Being very, like, you, nobody can change your mind and they better listen to you, kind of thing. And there's a lot of opinions being floated around out there without hardly anybody is really pausing, taking a breath before they reply, even in texting, which is ridiculous. So just make sure that this is grounded kind of energy. Yeah, communication is yeah, I get the word vomit kind of stuff that comes to mind here with labels and attachments to things. This could be healing aspects of this. This could be challenge with aspects of the communication. Are there strings attached? Are there labels attached to your communication? Are you receiving communication in healthy ways? Are there certain traps that you set in communication just to play like a game of gotcha with definitions and labels and semantics and all that stuff? Or are you literally trying to help holistically direct this crowd in a grounded way with that clarity and divine pulled in communication with maybe from prophetic dream work, divine downloads, right? Claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, any one of those clairs, like divine communication, right? Spirit animals, spirit numbers. Anyway, so this could go either way, but this is blessings or challenges with those aspects here in your recent past. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and definitely let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you at the end. And your energetic now is Fei Hu. Fei Hu is the cat. I love just saying that rune because it's about abundance, right? It's we always want to be abundant, and it's always up to us to remove our own blocks that we put up to our birthright of abundance, right? Are we grounded and pulling in that abundance, right? Calling it in, right? Like, I don't chase, I attract. But are you chasing abundance? Are you getting distracted off of your divinely guided path by like frazzling yourself out in so many different directions trying to get that abundance, right? What's your attachment to abundance? What does abundance mean to you? Healthy aspects thereof. Okay, this is the rune of the now. Five of Pentacles reversed, or Five of Shields reversed here. So coming in from out of the storm. Yeah, you're not out there alone in the world. You're actually kind of vindicated here as far as some of your stances go, I think, because it might have, it's easy to see this as a very, from an outside looking in, as you are coming off as somebody who might be in those energies of being cold, rigid, and just it is this way and that is it. I'm a so and so, and this is what I learned, and this is that. I don't really see that is who you actually are right now, Pisces. With this Five of Pentacles reversed with Fehu, you're not as alone as you think you are. There are other people going through the same things you are. So this is a good opportunity to study and learn in those aspects, regardless, whatever that is for your energetic now. We're going to get a lot more clarity moving forward here. So yeah, going within for clarity, it appears like you're left without in the cold, but you're really not. You're actually being still, and you're gaining that inner clarity. This is the rune of Isa, ice. It could be the when it's challenged, right? When this is a challenging aspect, stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons, slipping on the ice, right? Or being too narrow-minded. But I really see this with the influence of Fehu, that you're going within for that clarity. You are pretty stable as far as this goes, where maybe you're looking at investing and helping the less fortunate, like you were there before. Yeah, so you're going within for clarity, regardless on what this abundance means to you, and what you can do with said abundance. So we'll get your influence and then advice for the now right after this. This is your rune for the energetic near future, Pisces, and this is the rune of Awaz. Awaz is the horse rune, man's best friend. This is indicative of that energetic source that's proven itself to you throughout many instances of your life. This is grounded rune, very grounding energy with those lines going there. This is somebody who or something, right, or some energy in your life where this is feeling like a spiritual recharge, kind of an inner and an outer pilgrimage simultaneously. Could be you actually traveling, but this is more the journey that you take together. The reciprocity and being able to lead, but also being able to be led at the same time, not like trying to push or coerce. So it's just like something like, we're all in this goal together, and let's just be beneficial to one another, for one another on this journey, right? Is that like working relationship that you have together. Again, this is not necessarily a significant other or another person, although it could be. It could be a business partner. It could be your relationship with your inner child, your divine source, self, blueprint, so many other things, right? It could be a literal animal. Take what resonates, okay? Leave what doesn't. For the card of clarity, so Four of Cups reversed, yeah, you're not so emotionally detached. You're more apt. See, there's horses in the background in the Four of Cups when it's upright, inviting this person to have a journey with them. And he's like, nah, I'm here. I'm just going to sit here and worry about my cups. But this is reversed. And here's the horse. Here's the horse. And so you're going on that journey. You accepted that invitation. I think, yeah, you're definitely getting an invitation to be more grounded in your way you reciprocate leading and being led. But let's get a rune of clarity for more information here. Divine masculine healing work. This is the root god of Ing, the god Ing's rune of Ingwaz. That's what I mean to say here. This is that rune of the seed successfully planted in the fertile soil. This is like a lesson in divine timing. The seed opens at just the right time. It grows roots at just the right time. It's in the fertile soil. You don't have to guess. You know. This is a healed aspect of ego and divine masculine. So this is divine masculine healing rune, okay? This is beautiful energy of stability. Whenever you have the lines like that, remember, is stable energy. So you're planting the seed into like this, and you're doing something different. Not something that you're before. You're like probably that teacher, right? But maybe that communication was bugged, a bit, or the way you receive communication, or something was just a little, maybe you just might want to have worked on some fine-tuning of aspects of self in that, and how you relate with that, right? How these labels and understandings, understandings, your attachments to those, what those are like, right? And I see you adapting into those healthier invitations to being able to go on that spiritual recharging journey, like a changing of your mind, and adapting into a new aspect of self-identity, like shifting your identity a hair. Yeah, you're always still going to be you, but the way you're perceived by others is also going to change. We're always changing, Pisces. You know that. Your influence of the now is in almost said Lagus. This is Othala. This is what I meant to say was legacy too. So that's maybe why I tried starting to say Lagus. So this is more that stability. You're being influenced by where your stable place is in the world. What are you going to be known for? What are you known as? Well, how are you perceived? What's lasting? What is perpetual and healthy or not healthy, right? Or what is transitory? What is short-lived, and what is healthy and not healthy in those aspects of what you're going to leave behind? What are you working on with your foundation, right? What's your legacy? Paradigms, things like that, spiritual practices, hopefully not money or land. You can never own any of those. Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, you're not really, let's see, how do I put this? You're not really checking in on how far you've come on your path, how far you've gotten along on your path. You're more just influenced by your own stability and not really been having that inner dialogue, that inner connection. You've been very outward and not very inward. And I think you're flipping that around here, though, now with this influence of these energies. Let's see what that Rune of Clarity is. Yeah. Grounding. You're still being challenged or blessed with this aspect of grounding. This is Manas again. Really attachment to the ways of being, identity, where you stand in the world, what your acceptance of labels, definitions, all of that. Right? Big time influence, and that really does affect your legacy and how you perceive yourself on your path. No wonder why you're not actually taking a look at your path yet in this influence, because you're still, I think you're way up in your head or way too in your ego, possibly about this, or maybe just set in your ways, not necessarily anything negative, but maybe just something that is just stuck on repeat and your ingrained sense of being and identity, right? But I think that's helping you shake that up. What's your advice right now? You have the Rune of Gable, more of that stability, right? This is stable give and take energy, almost like the Two of Cups. It would be awesome if we get the Two of Cups here as well for this. This is divine reciprocity, equal give and take. Always remember when you were given something and always forget when you gave. This is the Rune of Gift. You could be blessed with a divine gift right now, or blessed with the ability to recognize the divine gifts in your life and to really appreciate the stability of this divine reciprocity, your relationship with divine source. You're changing your aspects of abundance. Yeah. You're shifting into healthier aspects of it, I see, anyway. All right, card of clarity for this. 10 of Cups reversed. So, this is not solely based on your emotional fulfillment. This is something that just needs to be not so you can feel better, right? This needs to be something so you are just setting it right with yourself, just as a way of being, but not doing it for that emotional clout for yourself or from anyone else that praise, from that other person. You want to just give selflessly, right? It's always nice to receive that gratitude, but sometimes we don't receive it. And that's fine. We're still racking up our good karma regardless by practicing this in healthy ways. So let's see what that rune of influence is for here. Hagalaz, release that emotional attachment to it. Release that performance kind of aspect too, I'm seeing with it. Let this happen for you rather than to you. I see you healing aspects of ego in with this as well. Divine, this is a divine mandate. Let divine take control. Hagalaz is an unintended eventuality. It's not an if, it's a when. Right? We all have like natural disasters like hail. It's not something that we definitely don't want, but it's something that we recognize as something that eventually could happen. Well, this is it, and this is you needing to accept as happening for you rather than to you, but really calling into that divine reciprocity, give and take energies, right, of not doing it for an emotional investment or emotional clout or anything like that, or the praise, but doing it just because it is what is right and how to reciprocate, right? Just divine, no emotional attachment to it whatsoever. So this could be still what I'm saying here is this could be still a way of being with of a significant other in an aspect, but not necessarily emotional strings attached to any of it. You're releasing a lot of your attachment to the outcome. So that's how divine reciprocity needs to be anyway. Right? Give without expecting, right? Give just for the sake of you had the opportunity to and you felt the call to, so you did it. No emotional or mental or overthinking, or you just did it, right? That's how, if one out of every, like, I don't know, 100 people did that, it would just infect us in all such a good way, this whole society, right? And you have this opportunity to do so. So I see this in your outcome here, Pisces, as being more present, being more aware of divine flow with the now. I see this as moving on from your discordant or unhealthy or maybe abusive sort of thinking or energetic patterns in your life, and moving on to bigger, better opportunities, and being more present in divine flow as a result, like following your joy in healthier ways. Right? Knowing that this is how to manifest that beautiful divine feedback loop. It's not found in any book. And I think you're finding that out. Right? That you're it's like you're getting more and more of these onion-like layers being peeled back, and each level feels like, oh, okay, now I'm divinely awake. Oh, nope, now I'm divinely awake. Oh, nope, now I'm divine. And it keeps happening, and it happens to all of us. It happens so many times. And you think you're enlightened a lot of times, or healed, or gotten over something a lot of times, or that you know all the aspects of that very well, and you'll be surprised to know you don't. But being in divine flow opens us up to those beautiful, wonderful opportunities to be happy and be present in those moments, right? Spiritually recharge, you're saying yes to more of that adventure, healing a lot of that aspects of divine masculine here in your future as a result of this being present. There's more of that energy just being present. Okay, 9 of Swords, clarified by okay. So remember when I said you're not alone? You're definitely not alone. Don't be depressed over this. 9 of Swords is, you want to be that sort of present where you're sitting with the energies, but not like depressed like the 9 of Swords, like woe is me. But you do want to be that level of present in your daily life. I think that's what the message is here. Yeah. You know how 9 of Swords, typically it's like somebody who's bedridden or just devastated or cannot just get that image or thought or the disbelief or the sorrow or grief out of their heads, and they think it's the end of the world. It's not. There's all that they have to do is roll out of bed. All right. So this one's a bit of a different definition. This is more of a very close to finality. He's still got some fight left in him in this, even though he's got 9 swords around him and a bunch of them through him. He still has that fight left in him, and he knows it's not over yet. You can always pick up any one of those swords next to him and still be present. Instead of the woe is me energy, you still choose to be present and continue fighting on, continue being present and following your joy. All right, this is a release of a lot of that stuff in your life, Pisces. So if it's a cathartic release, have a cathartic release. Cry, scream, break, go to like a place where you can safely break things. But yeah, you're blessing this beautiful new way of being. You're nurturing this new beginning in your life. This is Berkana, the birch goddess's rune. This is saying that you are like a mother's love kind of nurtures you as you go along when you're present with this. It's a release of this 9 of Swords is what I'm seeing. Yeah. You might have been very attached to an aspect of your identity, and it could shake things up in your life big time when you start to walk away from those energies. But you know to be in divine reciprocity with your flow, to do right by your gift and yourself and your partnerships with divine source, your inner child, whatever resonates, right? You know you can bless that by being present. Bless this new beginning in the now. And this could cause a lot of, like, those 9 of Swords. I see those as other people in your life that just want you to stay put. But I think they're the ones that I think you're going to be kind of walking away from, or maybe even helping them to be more present and nurtured, like helping the downtrodden, helping the ones that are feeling like you felt before. Like maybe that was a lot of what your initial calling might have been, is like to help people through teaching, right? And I think this is you helping a different kind of people in a different kind of way. And this is opening up your doors to new adventures, new ways of being present, being stable in your divine energy here, Pisces. This is pretty profound stuff. That 9 of Swords kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop here, but I see this as a blessed new beginning of you being present in how you show up with these other energies in that which constitutes your abundance, your legacy work that you want to nurture moving forward. And you get to plant these beautiful seeds together. It's a fertile territory when you accept that invitation. Okay, Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These are messages straight from Source, straight from Spirit, straight from Divine, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Pisces need to hear for this week's Divinely Guided Room reading. What message of clarity does Pisces need to hear? What single card of clarity? What one card? If you were one card messaging me and Pisces right now, what one card would you pick out for us? Please, Divine, please show us clearly. All right. We're going to get one. I have a feeling pretty soon. No. Okay. Almost. We're going to keep going, Pisces. You know me. I keep going. Okay. That was 2. Again, Divine. We're not having that kind of a reading today. Let's get one card of clarity, please. Please show us clearly what one card of clarity do you have for Pisces? That's 2 again. What one card of clarity do you have for Pisces? Are you being cheeky with me? Just, you know this is the last rune reading of the day for me, and you just don't want it to end, do you? I love you so much, and we will continue doing more of these beautiful rune readings. Okay, one of them just came out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that's what Divine was waiting for me to recognize and honor. And I do thank Divine for this presence and this opportunity here with you, Pisces. And for everybody. This is the card of doubt. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah. Yeah. I release the need to know all the answers. Let's read some more about this card. I could elaborate a little bit more, but I think it's already been very much gone over. If I could find where the card is. Okay, again, doubt says, again at the bottom, I release the need to know all the answers. Pisces, it's impossible for the human brain to comprehend the mysteries of the universe. You are only consciously aware of 3 dimensions for a reason, and that's to learn to love without the full awareness of your connection to spirit. Everyone has his or her own personal path to this awareness, and there's no right or wrong answer as long as your goal is to manifest the energy of love and compassion. The wisdom of divine trickles into the physical dimension, and some of it will resonate with your soul and some will not. These are your signposts that guide you to your correct path. If wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware and mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on your path. Yeah. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.